Hello, 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 and welcome to, this is going to sound weird, but I decided to put this at the beginning of the video because probably going through the YouTube spiel at the end of the video, not great because nobody will be there. Um, but this is my account review. I hope you enjoy it. Please do like, subscribe, and comment down below if you like these videos. It does help me out, and it helps me provide more entertainment to you guys, which is really all I want to do. So I hope you enjoy what's coming up. It is an hour long, so good luck to me. I will need it and some water. Yeah, enjoy. See you in a second. Oh God, what have I done? I wanted to do something else. I wanted to, hold on, hold on, hold on, old man. Old man at the controls again. That's not what I wanted. Old man at the controls. Everybody watch out. Old man's at his controls again. I'm trying to get a screenshot here, okay? I'm trying to get a good screenshot. Okay, bye. See you in the account review. God, God, I hate me. Hello, 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 and welcome to what you've all been waiting for. More RTA. So today we're going to be trying out something a little bit different. And that's not doing RTA because RTA is for scrubs. We're going to be doing my favorite part. And by the tone of my voice, you can probably figure out that it's not my favorite part of the season or the end of the season or whatever you want to say, which is the account overview. And my account gets bigger every year with more units, and my throat is going to revolt. But it's worth it to show you all of my units, how weird they are, how interesting they are, and what I'm doing. So, let's get started. Abigail. I have her on her defense break EE because I think it is the best one. I have her on Draco Plate because it's extra damage while reducing the amount of damage she takes, because she is one of those weird Ares warriors that are HP scaling. Why did I say HP? HP scaling with horrible base HP stats, much like Ed. So I only have her at 20k. You could get her more, but I like mine being pretty dang fast at 246, all because of this ring at 21 speed. But yeah, I like Abigail. She's very good at failing to strip the evasion from Rylets. Her curse is remarkably helpful for hitting like Stenes and stuff as long as they don't have immunity. But yeah, she's not a bad unit. I like her. Hoping for a Moonlight at some point. She's very cute, and she's looking at me like she wants me to move on, so I will. Benimaru. I mean, he just doesn't see play. He doesn't... I wish he were better. I do. He just doesn't do what you want him to do. They could just not take an extra turn, and then he dies. He's on counter set to kind of mitigate that a little bit, but he just still dies. Because he is just... I wish he could do more. But yeah, counter crit... pretty okay stats. I wish he hit 3k attack, but what are you gonna do? Maybe I'll give him a Benimaru at some point, but they just don't hit the buttons that give them an extra attack. Just like with DDR and Bunny Dom, like you just don't hit the extra turn button and you don't lose immediately. So I wish he were better. Maybe he'll get a buff in the future, but why is his horn going through his hair? Moving on. Sermia. I used to exclusively use her in the Light Expo, but I switched her over to what's her face? Goliath. I should probably have it be Sermia, just because Sermia does more damage, but yeah, she's PvE solely. You can build her PvP, but this is my Ed. He's pretty slow because I gave him HP percent boots because his HP scaling is dog water. Oh god, crit chance. Yeah, he's another Ares warrior. I wish he wasn't HP scaling. I wish he was attack scaling, but what are you gonna do? He does what he's supposed to do pretty well. I can't really complain. I should probably put him on lifesteal with this amount of speed and not speed set because it's doing literally nothing for him, but again, I'm very resistant to changing my unit's gear around just because it takes so much time and I have to remember where to put it if I don't like it there, and it's too much thinking, and this game is not for thinking. Holiday Euphine. I continually build her and then not build her because she's never fast enough. But she's eating well, so that's good, I guess. Jacko. Very rare use for me because her play style is not the play style that I like to do. I do always love her Ankh conveniently covering her cleavage. Very wise on the developer's part. It's just funny to me that that's exactly where it is. Yeah, she's all right. She does what she's supposed to do, which is give chains of Chiron to the person in the back line, but I very rarely use her. She's pretty, love her. Ramlethal when, I guess, would be my main takeaway, is I just want Ramlethal. Please give me Ramlethal. Give me the best Valentine sister. We already have Elfa and Jacko. Just give me Ramlethal, please. Ravi, better than you would think. Still not great. Shu is no longer in the meta, so she could do some big damage, but Knuckle and Abyssal Yuvine are in the meta, which means she will die. Also, Karina is in the meta, which means she will die. But yeah, she's a weird attack scaling bruiser. That's why her attack is so high. But yeah, she's one of very few units I think you can get away with having 0 speed, because she pushes herself up, and you know, if she has her S3 on turn 1, that's exactly what you want to do. And she's crazy, and I love her. She was my first 5-star, so I have the deepest, the deepest bond with a Ravi, or Ravi and a Ravi, because she was my first ML, or my first 5-star when I started playing this game almost 5 years ago at this point. She was my first 5-star, so she holds a very special place in my heart. Because I didn't even know what she looked like. I just saw the name Ravi, and I was like, sure, that sounds like a cool name. And I thought it was going to be a dude, and then it wasn't. It was a tiny girl wielding a massive battle axe, and I was like, oh, that's much better than what I was picturing. Ross, he got outclassed by pretty much every other knight. He's not great anymore, unfortunately, but maybe he'll get a buff one day. Probably not. Cecilia, I used to have her on PvP or PvE gear, but I've since switched over to PvP-ish gear because she's not bad. She's all right. I have her on Crown of Glory since I don't have enough Aureuses, because I have 3 Aureuses and that's not enough. Pretty fast, moderately bulky-ish, and why does she have so much crit damage? Does everything give her crit damage? Oh my god. I'm so... Don't look at my wasted stats. Charlotte, baby, Karina kills her, which is why she doesn't show up all that often. I still like her. She's still fun. What the... Oh, I was like, I don't even know what artifact this is. This is Broken Will, because it increases her hit chance by 16% and also penetrates defense by 12.8. It is not restricted to single target attacks, which is fantastic. I'll always love my Angie baby, but she has a time and a place, and it's not often enough, unfortunately. Ilanov, she still has gear. I'm surprised about that. I have her on Justice for All because I don't have 30 billion Elbrises. She doesn't do much. I don't have injury gear because I don't farm Katie's, and I probably will never farm Katie's. So I don't even think I have like Katie's 8 unlocked. I think that's the... Hold on. Tangent. Need to go check. I don't know if I can do it well. Yeah, I have Katie's 8. I haven't even gotten to 13 because I just actually cannot be asked to do that. Do not ever expect me to do that. Lilias, she's okay. She's a secondary cleanser that does some damage. She's fine. I don't really see a huge use in her. Her main caveat was like Lua, but there's just better Lua. Like, I just prefer Bunny Dom to Lua. Not because she cleanses or like resets the thing, but usually because I draft in a way where my team can skip first turn and still exist on the second turn. So Lua's not too bad of an issue. I Winter. I still hate how she looks. Look at her stupid giraffe body. Look at how wide her hips are and how absolutely tiny her midsection is. It looks like a weird giraffe, and I hate it every time I look at her. Kayron, he's still just chilling. Everybody has strip, though, so he's not great. So, is he on Dust Devil? When did I change him? I thought I had him on Moonlight. Do I have any evasion artifacts? I don't think I do. I think everybody... Oh, I don't use Violet, though. Or Violet. Every time I think I might use Violet, I just don't use Violet, because he just doesn't do what he just doesn't do what you want him to do. Yeah, I don't have any more, like, evasion granting. What do you do? Oh. When did I get this? I think I bought it at some point. Let's bump it up a little bit. Double-edged decrescent. I forgot about it, but at some point I did get it. This still won't make me pick Kayron against like Cleave or anything, because he just won't counter. He still won't. Bihu, pretty fast, pretty bulky, good attack, angry at me for whatever reason. He's just one of those units where I forget that he exists a lot, so I don't pick him a lot. I don't know, what are you gonna do? Everyone has their spot, and his spot is in the whoops, I forgot about you section of the game. You'd think he'd be good into Goliath, but Goliaths somehow are like 800 speed and able to kill every single one of your tanks in one shot, and then go into stealth for 8 billion turns, and then S1 and kill your DPS. And Goliath is pretty much Hua Young, but nobody seems to be calling her that anymore. Speaking of Hua Young, she's still bad. She's less bad, but she's still bad. Anyway, bomb model Kana. I don't know why I'm showing her EE. Have I been showing EEs? I guess I haven't. Because I don't know who has EEs. I hate saying EE. Charlotte, do you have an EE? You do. That's hers. CC, do you have one? You do. Ravi does have one. God, everyone has an EE, huh? Where was I? Kana, I use her for the grass expo. That is it. Her stats are all over the place because I don't know why I would try, like, you know, building her properly. She's cute. Still waiting on Brynus. Elagos. I love this handsome devil. I do not have speed gear to do him justice, though, so he will remain naked probably in perpetuity. And never, ever see the light of day ever again, because I don't have the speed gear for him. Elfelt, same issue. Don't have the speed gear for her. Love her design. Love her. Don't have speed gear for her. Nothing I could do. Nothing I could do. Knockwall, aka NyQuil. Love her to bits. She's great. She's beautiful. Don't necessarily like how she makes the game play. That's why I don't pick her, but she's gorgeous, and that's really all she deserves. Yeah, she's really good. Don't use her a lot, though, because I hate her gameplay style. I don't like... I don't know. I do like control, but I don't know. She just feels dirty. I don't like... Ugh. Summertime Assyria. I forget that she exists, but she's technically unusable without a plus 30 Star of the Deep Sea, so I can't use her. Not very bulky, decently high attack, pretty high effectiveness, moderately fast. I just, it's not my game style. Veronica. It's Veronica. She has gear on. That's pretty much all I can say about her. She really is good against my Karinas, because she will hit them with 100% accuracy. It's rough. Melissa, no gear. I wish she was good. Hoping for ML Melissa. Not too much else to say. Mercedes with Bryceria and Karina around, she is just not useful. Same with LHC. Her Magic for Friends is a massive liability. Doesn't do well into Knockwall, doesn't do well into Knackle, doesn't do well into Abyssal Euphine, doesn't do well into pretty much anybody, doesn't do well into LRK. Is not useful in the current meta. Milim. She does not dodge. She is an evasion unit, and much like every other evasion unit I have, she does not dodge. She has great stats, I would say personally, in regards of what she has and does, but she doesn't dodge, so she's worthless. Maybe I'll use her more. Who knows? Politis. Very rare that I would use her, but she does technically have her uses. Mostly damage with some bulk. Again, just not my playstyle. Just not my playstyle. Researcher Carrot. Edeacracyy, she's just kind of like a worse Bihu, but she's still all right. But again, Karina kind of dumpsters her. Knackle dumpsters her. Abyssal dumpsters her. Aiden dumpsters her. Oh god, who else dumpsters her? LRK dumpsters her. Everyone dumpsters her. Yeah. She's not bad. But a lot of these units just they don't match up against a lot of the meta units, unfortunately. Roy Mustang, I don't have a second chatty. I should get a second chatty. Otherwise, he's not great. For me, at least. Because he does like no damage. But that's probably because mine is poorly built. But he's kind of cool. Katie's, she's cute. She's got a rubber ducky. That's kind of neat. Keys in an Eye, the star of this season. My darling. She's not a bad unit. She is not a bad unit. Far from it. There are much worse units than her. She's just held back by the fact that she is a 4-star. A base 4-star. And that restricts a lot of her use. But she is one of 2, technically 3 if you soul burn hand guy, units that can give 3-turn attack buff to people, which is strong. Her S1 cleanse is useful, and with Celestine it heals as well. Her passive heal also very helpful. Yeah, she's not bad. She's not a bad unit. She's just overshadowed by everyone. But I like using her, and I will continue to use her this season. Even once preseason is done, you will not have to worry. It will be my climb to champion and maybe Emperor, with Keys in the Eye first pick the whole way. So yeah, look forward to that. It'll just be fun. I don't care about Emperor anymore, but if I get there, hey, great, wonderful. Don't care, though. Shuna. I don't pick her a lot. Especially now with Dragonlord Sharoon. Sleep is kind of a liability. She's not... I don't know. She's fine. She was good for like a week. But yeah. Tamarin, PvE Queen. I just have her on every stat imaginable. She does what she needs to do in PvE, and that's really all that I ask of her. You all know what Tamarins do and look like, so maybe we'll get an ML Tamarin one day, but probably not. Water break, hold on, because god damn. My mouth. Water unit, hooray! It's Shu. She's not great anymore because B'Elanna exists and LHC exists, and Knackle, and Abyssal, and ugh. Her her ML exists. Sharoon exists. DDR exists. Injury exists. Lethe exists. She's not great anymore. She is still immensely cute with her costume, but yeah, she's just not as good as she was. I don't even know why I could give this gear to someone else. But whatever. Lethe with her artifact, I think she's around 29 HP, 29k HP. Moderately fast, mostly high HP, and then some other stats that I can't get rid of. With Shu and DDR, ML Shu, sorry, Shu with an SH. And DDR, she's just not as good as she once was. Same with Goliath. She just tears through. And that's same with Shu. They just tear through. Goliath's just eat you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Luna, she is my Fire Expo Slayer. With her her Sharky, Brig, and DN, I essentially auto level 3 by myself and get the 1.6 million. Like, I literally do not ever need to send my S3 or my Fire Expos to anybody because I can just solo them. She's good, not in PvP, but she's all right in PvE. L's Fist just to, increase her damage a little bit in the Fire Expo. Rem, I don't know who this is. Sigrid, I just like Alexa better. This is like peak. I don't know. She reminds me of the character from Final Fantasy VIII with Squall, the teacher. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? She just reminds me of her, which is like the generic quote unquote hot teacher, quote unquote, with the glasses and like the like skin tight pencil dress. It's not my taste. Karina, she punches things real good. She will always be very good. And I'm pretty sure you all know what Karina does and how good Karina is. And I can guarantee that at least some of you are having flashbacks to fighting against this unit because she is a menace, but I don't think she's a bad menace. I think she is a necessary safety valve for the meta to have. Because without Karina, Knackle and Abyssal Euphine would just run train on everyone with no holds barred. But with Karina, she actually can take down these monsters, and that is her role. She punches monsters in the face and gets rid of them. And she does it very well. So as much as everybody hates her, she is a necessary evil. And I do appreciate her for what she does. So I know she's awful. She is necessary for this game until they make another unit that can do what she does. Brig, I wish he was better. He's fun to use. But he's another Elbrus Knight that I don't know. He just feels kind of muddied. Like his skills just kind of feel muddled and not synergistic. Like, why does he give a barrier? Well, like, what does that even like? It's not. He's just not as good as I wish he was. He is my tank in Fire Expo because his defense break and his speed down are so helpful that cannot be properly stated. But yeah, I wish he was better. Maybe he'll get an EE that'll do something for him. Also, I think he also now gets dumpstered by Elvira as well. Because I think he uses Fighting Spirit. So get wrecked, Brig. Sorry. Crow. He doesn't have a ring. That's fine. I don't use him all that much. Sure. Why not? Yeah, I don't use them all that much. And by all that much, I mean at all. LRK is just a superior Crow. So, I know. He's handsome. He's a juggernaut, but LRK's better in every way. Sharky, she's angry because it's winter. She's all right. I have her on Unity set because that AI gear needs to go somewhere. But yeah, with like LCB, LHC, all of those, she's just too much of a liability. She's all right in cleave, but I don't cleave, so there's not much that I can do with her. Love her though; she's very cute. Elvira, the new menace that had to get nerfed slightly, but they didn't ruin her completely. They just made it so she doesn't break the game with her S3 and Candlestick. I have mine on Beguiling Wings. So she has 274 ER, which is pretty good. High up there. Relatively fast, pretty good effectiveness. Moderately bulky, but she doesn't need to be hyper bulky because she'll have immortality. She can stall out the game for literally ever if you have soul burns, because her S1 grants an extra turn. You just do that and then put your immortality back up, and you can just survive forever. I like her. She's cute. Hell yeah. Corinne. Used her once, never gonna use her again. Sorry, bud. Ran. What play style do I not use? I'll have to use them eventually for Trial of Heroes, but I need to I need to ask my wife to pick a new number so I can do that for fun. Alexa, play Darude Sandstorm. Hopefully you don't have this on a TV, because if you do and you have an Alexa, it probably just turned on and started playing Sandstorm by Darude. Alexa, turn off. Sorry about that. Anyway, Summer's Disciple A, we'll call her. She is my Wyvern Slayer. I just like her better than Sigrid. She's cuter. She has a volleyball. What's not to like? Bababilis is Bababilis. I don't use her all that often, mostly because I ban the 2 units that she is the most useful against. But she's not bad. She's really actually pretty good. It's just that I have standards, and I'm not letting Knackle and Abyssal Euphine play the game. Because I'd rather not ever have to play against them. Yeah. Cerise, I use her in several expos. I don't remember. I think it's the Dark and the Light one. Yes, I use her in the Dark and the Light expo. She's just there to strip and unbuffable and occasionally defense break. It's a Cerise. Hopefully we'll get ML Cerise eventually. She was mentioned in the story, so she does exist, but we'll have to see. Lua. Typical Lua affair. Not hyper fast because I'm not giving her my best gear. Not a long shot. Because how she's looking at us right now is how I feel about her. Not bad enough to ban, but just an annoying piece of garbage. But I don't want to ban her because I don't think she's necessary. I'd rather ban the units that actively kill me in one shot. Or multiple shots, since we're talking about Abyssal and Knackle. SSB, she is constantly making up for the sins of her past, where she was a menace in RTA and in Arena. So she is relegated to Wyvern Duty until the end of time. Yeah, she's not allowed to play anymore. She's not allowed to play anymore. Yuna, I had her on counter and immunity, but it never worked. It never worked. And especially with LCB and LHC, it's just, and LRK is, again, just a huge liability. Very cute, though. Hopefully we'll get an ML version of her. Probably not, because she's not technically from this planet, but who knows? Maybe one day. Arya. She needs very specific situations to work, but she does good work when she does work. That was a sentence that I made up, and that was very good English, and no one will judge me otherwise. Yeah, she's all right. I don't like her on Bastion of Hope because I like the extra damage from Scroll, as well as the debuffs from Scroll. 140 ER is a good amount, but not enough for like most ROLs or anybody, which is sad. That's why she doesn't show up all that often. But she's a good 4th and 5th pocket pick if you have her. Fairy Tale Tenebria, I'm gonna say it again, don't have the speed gear for her. But she is cute. She's a pink jellyfish, like the girl from Sabakui Bisco. I forget her name. Ticha? I don't know. Jellyfish girl from Sabakui Bisco. Famir. I love her. She's great. Everybody bans her because 2-turn sleep is... I can't even come up with the correct words. It is backbreaking if she goes off. So she is usually banned. But yeah. She's not very fast. I have her on counter because I just wanted her to be bulky. And technically go after my other units, ideally. So she can S3 turn 1, but it never works out that way. I have to sneeze. Hold on. Beautiful. Blulica. She is in Wyvern, and she used to be in Expo, but she got replaced by Brieg. I love her. She is absolutely one of my favorite units, if not my number one overall in the game. She's just so beautiful. She's a horrific gremlin, and I love her to bits. I could gush about Lulica for... She has heterochromia. She's got twin tails. She's not petite anymore because, boy, Sululu, hot damn. And we'll get to her later, but she's a, as the kids would say, a cutie patootie, and I love her to bits. And that's why usually, what is it? Is it still Sululu? It is. It's still Sululu. Like, my profile picture is still Sululu, even though Sululu came out half a year ago, because I just love all of the Lulicas, even though I sacrificed top model Lulica to the Sululu gods, but I don't regret my actions. Ahmed, not my playstyle. She's cute. That's it. Montmo, she got replaced by so many other people. She is on permanent vacation because she got pelted by Wyvern bolts for like 2 years. And then she got replaced by DN. So apparently I have a penchant for abusing nuns in Wyvern, which sounds strange out of context. DN, I don't use her in PvP anymore. She just gets pelted in the face by Wyvern. Hooray! Attack buff and, healing and barrier and all that fun stuff. Elena, I love her design. She's not great. I don't use her. I'm sure she's fine, but God, I have to go to the bathroom. God, why do account reviews take like an hour? Alencia. I wish I had more injury gear, but I don't want to do Katie's, so I will never have more injury gear to build Alencia. Hopefully, ML Alencia will come out and will not need injury gear. If she does, I will be sad. Arunka. Big cat girl. She eats things. I love her on Uberius Tooth. She can go on Little Queen's Crown if you're all about the S3ing. But I like mine to survive past that, even if she doesn't kill with her S3. Uberius is usually enough to get that little extra. Even though it doesn't extinct, it will still kill them. And if they don't have a reviver on their team, that's still a unit gone. And her S1 soul burned with Uberius is devastating. But yeah, she's not bad. 210 speed, Pretty all right. Let's see what I got. Garbage, 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 garbage. Garbage, 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 garbage. I'll keep you. And hold on. God, this account review is going to take like 8 Wyvern runs. Oh, good. I have more of those to do. I need to get through my 300 leafs somehow, so this is what I am doing. And now I need to remember where I left off. I think I just got to the grass units. Oh, God, I'm going to have to... Ugh. From an editing stand, not an editing stand, but from a... I'm going to put where everybody is, like timestamp these, and it's going to kill me. Anyway, Lilibet, she's cute. I love her. Another one of my favorite units. Vrekos is just such a great place. There's beautiful women. Yeah, I love her. She's great. Not much to say. She's so cute. Rimuru, he's a menace. He doesn't get to show his face. Their face, her face, our face, we face. Wumbo. Moderate attack, not very bulky at all. Decent speed, crit damage because I like mine to die. He's on Proof of Valor because I don't know why, don't ask. Anyway, moving on. Euphine, she is a dead pick. I do not like her. She got replaced by Jacko immediately. We're zooming through these units because I have to pee. Zahak, he is my dedicated Aiden killer. He's not very fast, but he is moderately bulky. He does good damage. He's on Symbol of Unities just so that he can absolutely kill Aiden, because if he wasn't on Symbol, I could guarantee you that I would miss Aiden 100% of the time, which would destroy my self-esteem and my entire family life, and I'd rather not that happen. Armin, everybody was like, wow, Armin, she's great, she can counter units, and then everybody used her for 1 week into Cleave, and then she disappeared forever because she's not great. I wish I still had Carmen, but I fed her a long time ago to Armin to get her to SS, and I don't regret it. Mort. It's Mort. He does Mort things. Again, not on injury because I have no injury gear except for what's on Bellion because I got that from AI, and hopefully if they ever do AI again and give it injury gear, I will probably put it on Alencia if it rolls well. He's Mort. He does what Mort does, which is give people a foot fetish. Senya, she will be getting a skin soon, which will be nice because as much as I love her, this armor is impractical and weird at best. But mine is an effectiveness Senya because I like that over an ER Senya. You can really go either route. I went for effectiveness because I like it better. Yes, she gets stripped by literally everything, but that's fine. Usually I will be sad about it. Yolha, my queen, into the injury meta, not very good because that 32k becomes 22k very quickly, and then she will not kill anything ever. But I do love her. I am very pleased with myself that I was able to get her to 32k HP. She is my bulky bitch, and I love her deeply. It's just that injury exists, and injury makes me sad. Blitica is a unit of all time. That is really all I can say about Blitica. Anybody who thinks she's good or is like usable in certain matchups is just deluding themselves into thinking that the other 3 units are worse than they are and that Blitica is the one carrying everything. Because more often than not, the other 3 units in the team, if you win with a team that has Blitica on it, are the ones winning the game. And Blitica is just there. But you technically did win with Blitica, so that means Blitica's good, right? No, she's not good. If you think she is good with certain units, you are coping. And you are deluded. Like, yes, she's good with Lua, but you know who else is good with Lua? Literally every single unit in the game, because Lua is broken. You know who's good with Knockwall? Literally every unit in the game, because Knockwall is really, really strong. Blitica does not make them strong. They're strong on their own. Blitica is just there for the ride. And now I am done ranting about Blitica because I wish she was better than she is, but she is not good. You saw the Blitica do 900 damage to my Senya in one of the videos recently. Yes, they had no speed buff. Yes, I had no debuffs. It's sad. It's depressing to watch a unit that I love because you know my Flitica is my fastest unit be so bad that she's almost unusable. Like, she needs a buff. She's very bad. She's very bad. Celine, equally bad, but has her uses, unlike Blitica. She can stop your opponent from S3ing or S2ing with Bunny Dom, with DDR, with C. Lilius, with anybody. Just make sure, because a lot of people, if you pick Celine early, they'll just pick units that can't die in 1 or 2 hits to Celine, like Bryceria or Goliath or Aiden or anybody else. So do be careful of that. Abby also destroys her, so watch out for Abby. Sid, I mostly use him in Expo, but he is technically a speed unit that I have used like twice in RTA, and he does damage. Goliath, mine is relatively slow, but I think she's all right. I don't use her all that often because everybody just picks units that immediately destroy her. But whenever I try to do that, they're always like 800 speed, and I guess that's the difference. Mine is slow and can't kill a tank, and theirs are fast and can kill a tank, which is depressing to think about, but that's a skill issue. And by skill issue, I mean gear issue. Violet, I technically still have gear on him. He's not great unless your opponent literally picks all ice units. Command model Liker. Tied with Flitica as my fastest unit at 290. Her S3 is now 100% sleep and 100% speed down, which is great, but everybody has immunity nowadays. So be warned. Be warned. Yeah, I still like her. She's very good. She's just more situational than she used to be. Iceria, PvE Queen, alongside Tamarin. You all know what Iceria does. I think I also use her in the Light Expo. And do I use her? No, I don't use her in... No, I don't use her in Grass Expo anymore. Yeah, I use her in Light Expo. And that's why I have her on Glow Wings, because that's a decent barrier. Helps her survive a little bit. Landy! I changed mine to speed. I don't use her all that often because Guiding Light is a joke, and my luck is not good, so Guiding Light is always a joke. Her ML version is better in every single way. Yep, end of sentence. Vivian, Banshee Queen. Yeah, mine's just on Banshee duty. I like her design. I like this skin. I do have to say, I really like this skin. But yeah, she's just pretty much PvE. No real PvP abilities here, but cool design. I like her. She's like a emo Edda. Destina, she's just not the queen she used to be. With injury and very high ER or effectiveness units, she just still, even with, and this has 305. Yeah, because it increases it by 60. So 304% ER, because this bumps it up to 244, and then her bonus is 60%. So she's 304 ER. And that is not enough, which is sad. Sululu, I love her. She's great. She has 260-ish, 255-ish ER, which again, not enough in this meta, which is sad. Mine's on counter because I don't have the speed gear to give to her. Rowana, PvE, Queen again, and just in case they pick too many counterattacks, she's also fine in PvP, but very rarely because you can just, kill through her. Sharoon. I wish I had her ML, but I literally have no luck getting Sharoon. This is the only Sharoon that I have ever gotten. As you can see from my no imprints, I have never seen Sharoon ever. This is the only one I've ever gotten. Again, counter, because I love counter. She's fun. She's just not great into Abyssal and Knackle, but I guess I'm banning them, so I should pick her more often because I do like her. Camilla, pretty, not good. General Purgus, pretty, not good. Lionheart, Sirmia, I like her. She's pretty good. I think that I have pretty good, if you're wondering what that was, I was wiping spittle off of my phone. I wasn't just randomly poking her crotch. Golden Rose, crit damage. She does good damage. A little squishy, but what are you going to do? Yeah. Obviously meta changing. She's a big meta unit. You'll see her everywhere. LQC, I have her on attack and immunity. And I have her on HP boots, so she's slightly bulky. She can bonk, but she needs a lot of setup and to not be interrupted at all, which is unlikely. A Tywin, my new baby boy, the newest unit I have gotten. I'm so excited to have him. His defense break and his stuns are so strong. And his cleanse is, such a boon. He's a very good unit to have. If you don't have him, I would recommend getting him. Mine's not very bulky, but he is moderately fast and has some regular effectiveness, just because you can't always rely on the rage buff or the vigor buff or whatever buff he gets when he's Angie. Yeah. Bellion, the recipient of my injury gear, because it would not work on Alencia because it does not have high enough HP. She is meant to protect or prevent books as well as just be a general nuisance and really wear down units. Also, this is going to seem weird, but I do have a complaint with this skin. And yes, I'm zooming into her boobs. What is this boob? What is this boob attached to? Where does it attach to the body? Because it's just floating. It's just floating. It doesn't even look like it's attached to her. Like, because there's a line which dictates that the skin underneath isn't. It's things like this that bother me. I'm gonna get demonetized for this, but like, it doesn't attach anywhere. It doesn't attach. She just has like a droopy marshmallow on her chest. The other one looks fine, but the other one is just like, it's not attached to anything. It looks like it's attached to the other boob, and I can't unsee it. And now you hopefully no, not RTA. No, please God, no, save me. Thank you, Keys and I. At least you're cute. I need to go back. Where am I? Am I almost done? Oh, Christ almighty, I'm not. Okay, well, here we go. LRK. Another one of those very good knights. He's just everywhere. I have him hit 100 ER just because it doesn't do anything, but it's useful to have just in case. But yeah, pretty bulky, pretty speedy. Can one-shot teams depending on everything. Oh, God, I'm tired. I need to nap. I still need to pee. Navy Captain Landy, I do not want to spend a lot of time on this unit just because how she looks is pretty much how everyone feels fighting against her. She is queen. She's just queen. Misery incarnate. And salt incarnate. And that is why she is Knackle. N-A-C-L. Navy Captain Landy Knackle. Ugh. Arwell. I might change her back to Adamant Shield because that seems to be what everybody's going back to. I rarely see her on Holy Sacrifice anymore. In fact, I'm going to put her over to Adamant Shield once more. Just because with Bryceria, her damage prevention, her damage lowering would be much helpful than coming back and getting that stunned. Depending upon the meta, she's interchangeable, but yeah, let's keep her on Adamant Shield. I think that lowered her HP below 26k, but that's fine. This bitch. Yep. Celine. She got a buff. I don't know what it did. I think it gave her like higher attack or something. What did they do to you, sweetheart? Possession increases her attack by 25% now. Okay. That's a I think they also just increased her lifesteal and then gave her increased attack. I think that's it. Yeah, she's Celine. Bryceria dumpsters her. She's alright. I should use her more. Tempest, she's just like Celine. She's just like Celine. I have her on Sword of Summer Twilight because I don't have that many good artifacts for thieves. Hooray. Astromancer Elena. She's alright. She stops counterattacks kind of until she dies, and then the knackle goes off and heals back up to full, and then you're screwed over. Hooray! Flitica, my tied for my fastest unit. I have her on Edeacracyy Candle because I greatly love the defense breaks that I get. I don't mind her being off of Guiding Light because more often than not when I'm using her, they think she's in Guiding Light, so they won't like play around her not being in Guiding Light, which works in my favor. But otherwise, your bog standard effectiveness, Flitica, 290 speed. I want to get her to 300 eventually, but that would involve getting speed gear, which is impossible. This little demon, I have her on Spirit's Breath because S3, S2, S3 is disgusting. But yeah, effectiveness, kind of bulky, kind of fast. You know the deal. God, can you tell that that I'm getting tired and I need water because this has been going on for 51 minutes at this point, and I'm not even to the dark units. Architect Leica, she's a one-shot, but Galalius is better. Because Galalius doesn't rely on book. And Galalius can't be killed in one attack. Sage Ball is a disappointment because he doesn't sleep anyone. 250 ER, not enough to actually stop anything in Cleave, unfortunately. But sometimes he'll sleep the right people, and that's good enough. Solitaria, mine is a mixed bag of every stat except for crits. Kind of bulky, kind of fast, kind of effective, kind of effect res. I think she uses all of them to great effect, and when she goes off, she goes off. When she does not go off, it is depressing. Sylvan Sage Vivian, she is bad. She cannot kill literally anybody, no matter what you do. And then she dies. The end. DJB, I have taken most of my gear off of him. I need to find someone to give this to. He's just not as good as he was. I prefer Bunny Dumb at this point. And we'll get to her in a second. But DJB, still attractive, still hot. Look at his chest. I love it. Thanos Acades. And the reason I call her Thanos Acades is because she has the Infinity Gauntlet. Which is just a play on her name, Infinite Horizon. I just call her Infinity Gauntlet Acades, even though I have never seen any of those movies except for Iron Man 1, which tells you how old I am. She got a 5% ER boost. Dabs. What a buff. She's not bad, though. She's pretty good. Just has a time and a place. Moon Bunny. She is beautiful. She is very good. She does so much. You all know how I feel about Bunny Dom. I do not need to stress this point even further. The first Dark unit, Apocalypse Ravi. Again, she is the first unit that I ever spent money on in this game to get her because I love regular Ravi. And Apocalypse Ravi is still good. She just is less good now, which is kind of okay. Let other units take the spotlight, but she is now a pretty good 4th or 5th pick, depending on your opponent's draft. Because she's still very hard to kill. It's just that injury exists in much greater quantities now. Bad Cat Armin. Man, if AoEs weren't so bad into LRK, she'd be fine, but they're so bad into LRK. And again, I don't have speed gear to make her like 8 billion speed, so she's fine. Nothing amazing. Chaos Sect Axe, aka Axe God. Yeah, he's pretty good. I just don't get fights against like all light units anymore, because he dies to Aiden. I ban Knackle. Sea Lilius isn't used all that often. And then there's like LRK and Arwell, but usually there's other units than them. So I can't really bring him too often. Dilibet, she needs some sort of buff because she just can't keep up. Once she S3s, and if they still have debuffs in their kit, you're just a dead duck. And Elvira dumpsters her as well, which is depressing. Kitty Clarissa, she's a cat. I built her for that one person that was asking me to use Kitty Clarissa. I don't know if I ever did use her, but I have her built, so here you go. She's a cat. LCB, I am very proud of this unit. Very happy with this build. Pretty good damage, pretty good bulk, weirdly fast. Yeah, we love a Bellana Queen. ML Ken, Martial Artist Ken. He sees more use than he once does, which is infinitely better than he was doing. So it's a win. I'm very happy for him. He's still just all right. Mediator Carrick, however, has kind of fallen down the ranks. You don't see him all that often anymore, just because everybody has so many full strips, and they usually go after him, so he can't S3, and then they S3 and destroy your entire team with debuffs, and then you cleanse, and all the debuffs are gone, but you're still down like 20k HP because everybody has injury. So yeah, he's not used all that often, but he still has the same gear he used to. Strays, 255 speed, can one-shot pretty much anything in the game. Love him to bits. He's my favorite male character. DJB is second for those wondering. Yeah, I love him. I pick him about as often as I can because he's just great and I love him. Shu, aka Urban Shadow Shu. Yeah, she's fun. She's very good. She's a good injury unit. Very good into LRK, Destinas, Aravis, those types of things. Units that really rely on that HP scaling. Very good into them. And she's cute, and she has Gundam's hamsters with her, which is fantastic. FCC, why are you missing a boot, sweetheart? Why are you missing a boot? Probably because I don't have enough boots with HP. Or with the fur. With the fur, the whole town's looking at her. She hit the floor. She hit the floor. Shorty got low. Reeboks with the whatever. I'm just going to put her on this for now. It's FCC. Remember when FCC was the best knight in the game? Good times. Shadow Knight Pilus. If I had a second Rocket Punch, I would build her properly, but I don't, so I can't, so she's worse than Karina. Arbiter Vildred. I kind of got him and built him and never really acknowledged the fact that I did either of those things. He's an Arbiter Vildred. He shows up about as often as you would think he would in RTA, which is to say not at all. BBK. Ungeared her. She's crazy. I love her. Penelope. I have her geared. She's on RNL. I don't know why. I have never used her. Maybe I'll use her one day, but she stops fighting spirit and resource. She has resource reduction. That's fun. Rylot. He's great. I love him. He doesn't know how to dodge. Hooray. Whoops. Wanda. I should use her more often into Aiden, but then they resist the stun. Or they get cleansed. One of the two. Briar Witch Assyria. I changed her from a damage build to a effectiveness build because I want to be able to defense break and unbuffable Karinas and stuff like that. But as you've all seen from my Bryceria being used, even when Soul burns, she does absolutely nothing, which is depressing. Operator Sigrid, she's a dead unit. Not worth picking. Pirate Captain Flan, still love her, still use her. Kind of bulky, relatively fast, good effectiveness, good attack. Yeah, she can run away with the game if done properly. Archdemon Shadows, I do not use this unit because she does not work for me because she never lands seals, she never gets her extra attack, and then she just dies. Yep. Champion Zerato, he's fine, but you can just kind of ignore him with DDR and do, like, just venom damage over time by ignoring him, and then he just dies. Because you get him down low enough from venom damage, and then you just one-shot him with one of your members. Stene. It's a Stene. Speed pen set on book. Relatively fast, kind of bulky, good damage. It's a Stene. Zeo, I changed mine over to book because book is better than time matter in every single way. Decent effectiveness. Not very bulky, but I don't want him to be. Yeah, I like him. Pretty good. Inos, I ungeared her. She's sticking her tongue out at me because she knows, but I love her color scheme and her eye colors because it reminds me of Toa, who is the best. DDR, we're almost done. Oh, thank God we're almost done. DDR, he is a menace to society. I don't use him all that often, though, because other people take him from me, and then I never pick him, and then I lose if I do pick him because he'll be resisted, and it'll make me sad. Sinji, don't use. Haste, Rift Boy. Shuri, he's used in Dark Expo. Hazel, she was on Rift duty. I took her gear away from her. Biken, Banshee Queen. She kills Banshees real good. Lilka, she's used in Grass Expo. No, Ice Expo. She does very good work. Spez, maybe I'll build him since he got his buff. I don't know. Probably not. He's just... maybe I'll build him. We'll see. I don't know who this is. Dark Corvus. I forgot that I had Dark Corvus built. Maybe I have him on creation and destruction. What am I doing? Flan, I use her for Banshee, which is great. Dizzy, I don't use her. Silvertide Christie, I don't use her. Don't use him. She is in Banshee. I love this skin on her. It's beautiful. Don't use her. One day I'll build him. Nope. LOL. No, I got him. I haven't. LOL. No. And that's my account. It's fun, I guess will be the best word that I can use. It's been an hour and 2 minutes. I sincerely need to pee. Yeah, thank you for lasting this long. I need to go like marinate my vocal cords in like pure tea. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. But yeah, expect to see more Kizuna-ai and more other units. I'll have to just kind of look through and pick units that I haven't used in a while and try to use them as well, just because this season's all going to be about fun. So I'm probably going to lose a lot more, but what are you going to do? Kizuna-ai is the star of this show, and I will talk to you all later. I probably should have said this at the beginning, but like, subscribe, favorite, do all that stuff. Maybe I'll... hold on. Wait. I can do this. Goodbye. I love each and every one of you. Do all this stuff. Yeah, bye.